Naoya Inoue captured the Muhammad Ali Trophy and unified the IBF and WBA bantamweight titles in a Fight of the Year contender over 8-time 4-division champion Nonito Donaire in Saitama, Japan this weekend. Donaire gave Inoue the fight of his life, opening a savage cut over his right eye early. But the later rounds were all Naoya, and a brutal body shot had Donaire all but out in the 11th. Donaire beat the count, but by that point was only fighting for pride. Inoue outscored Donaire on every punch metric and outlanded in every round, bar the 8th and 9th. In good news for fans, the Monster's action-packed style will be coming to America soon, as he announced that he'd signed to Promoter's Top Rank after the bout. And ahead of his rematch next month, unified heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. has received the endorsement of Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez was in a poetic mood as he backed the first Mexican heavyweight champion in history.
I would like for him to win because he's a charismatic boy who has fought very hard to get where he has. And I would not like him to be an ephemeral champion, a day flower. Because he has great charisma, you understand? And Mexican boxing needs it a lot. But I see a complicated fight, a difficult fight. I think Joshua's fight is going to be totally different, but we trust Andy Ruiz.
And WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder took a break from preparing for his upcoming fight with Luis Ortiz to also support Ruiz. He took the opportunity to position himself for a unification battle should the Mexican champ win.
I mean, I like Andy Ruiz. I liked him in the first fight, and I like him in the second fight as well. In my opinion, I think it's an even more bigger fight, here in, between the two. Especially how he won the first time. And it's all going to determine if he's able to win the second time. This is a gladiator sport. This is a man's sport, and I'm a grown man. I don't have time for games. Being that Ruiz is under the same stable as much easier fight to make, and I think an even more exciting fight as well. Being that what he did, and how the Mexican people support him.
Of course, any potential fight would hinge on Wilder first getting past Ortiz, who Wilder acknowledged as one of the most dangerous opponents in the division.
With Ortiz, he's a very smart fighter. He's a counterpuncher. He's great at what he does. I can understand why I'm the only person in the top 10, top 5, really, getting him an opportunity. What I didn't do in the last fight, I think I didn't throw enough jabs at him. I think I did very well under the conditions that I was under at that moment in time in the fight. And I'm looking forward to having a great fight with him this time around as well.
As for his scheduled rematch with lineal champ Tyson Fury, with whom Wilder drew in the Fight of the Year last year, Wilder sounded more circumspect than ever.
Now Fury I don't think he ever wanted the rematch. You know what I mean? I can understand him running. He can run as far as he can, you know what I mean? But he got to remember he signed the contract, you know what I mean? And when you sign something, anybody know that the pen is a silent warrior, you know what I mean? You're going to have to pay consequences to getting out of that. So the fight will happen unless they give up some money.
Wilder also had a perfect response when asked if he'd seen Fury's recent sojourn into the world of WWE.
I didn't. How did he do?
I mean, it's whatever. It's wrestling.
Scored a knockout with a right hand.
Did he? That ain't realistic.
WBO flyweight champion Nicola Adams has announced her retirement from boxing. The Leeds native was the first woman to win Olympic gold in boxing and the first to win back-to-back gold. She has ended her career over health concerns. I've been advised that any further impact to my eye would most likely lead to irreparable damage and permanent vision loss, Adams said. In the UFC, featherweight fan favorite Zabit Magomedsharipov has stretched his win streak in the UFC to 6 straight with a unanimous decision over a more-than-game Calvin Kattar in a 3-round main event in Moscow. Zabit kept Kattar guessing with his signature striking variety and executed one of the prettiest trips in recent history in the second round. Kattar stayed aggressive and pressured the Russian for the full 15 minutes, but couldn't land enough to sway the judges. Zabit's countryman, lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, was on hand to speak to press and happily throw barbs at his constant foil, Conor McGregor.
I guess I won 9 or 10 fights before I got a title fight. If he wins the next 10 fights, a rematch will probably happen.
Magomedsharipov and Kattar each earned 50 grand for Fight of the Night at UFC Fight Night 163. Performance bonuses went to Magomed Ankalaev's shock front kick KO and David Zawada's triangle of Abu Bakar, cousin of Khabib, Nurmagomedov. Mariusz Pudzianowski showed he still has the power in the headline of KSW 51 in Croatia, stopping Urko Yun in the second. Boris Mankowski took a first-round sub over Vaso Bakasevic, and Anton Racic won the first KSW bantamweight title against Damian Stasiak. Joshua Pascio defended his strawweight title with a second-round arm triangle of Rene Catalan in the headline of one Masters of Fate in the Philippines. Edward Freliang picked up a much-needed win, but only when his fight was stopped after a head clash. John Salter took a decision in a back-and-forth scrap with Costello Van Steenis in Bellator 233 in Oklahoma. Muhammad Lawal couldn't secure the fairy tale ending, suffering a knockout loss to Andrew Capel in his retirement fight. And in the boxing, Nordine Ubali handed Takuma Inoue his first loss. Jamel Herring beat Lamont Roach. Billy Joe Saunders stopped Marcelo Caceres. And Devin Haney decisioned Alfredo Santiago to defend the belt the WBC recently gifted him.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.